We are the heirs of the most influential people the world has ever known. Moshe Rabbeinu, the greatest lawgiver in the history of humankind, the descendants of David HaMelech, the greatest religious poet in all of history. The world's first social critics, the first people to speak truth to power. Jews innovate in every single generation, and every one of them maintained that essential Jewish idea that you change the world not by the idea of power, but by the power of ideas.
And that's what Judaism is, that remarkable algorithm that turns Jews into the most resilient, creative, transformative, fate-defying people the world has ever known. Our Jewish story of survival and success is a miracle, and none of it happened by coincidence. If we don't think about the Jewish future now, who will? More and more young people are walking away from Judaism. Jewish organizations are struggling to raise funds and attract the next generation of donors. We must continue to strengthen the bond between Israel and North America.
The good news is that there's something we can do. We have an historic opportunity to write the next chapter of the Jewish story.
Over the next 25 years, an estimated $68 trillion will transfer to the next generation in North America. $6.3 trillion will be allocated to charity. We believe about 20% of that money will be given by Jewish donors. This means that over $1 trillion will be directed to charity by Jewish donors.
But what charities will get this money? We must ensure that a significant percentage of these resources are committed to the Jewish future.
That's the Jewish Future Pledge. It calls on all Jews to pledge that 50% or more of the charitable giving in their estate will support the Jewish people or the State of Israel. That's more than $600 billion. Signing this pledge sends a powerful message to your family, your friends, and future generations about the importance of sustaining the Jewish people. Tell them why the Jewish future matters to you. Sharing your story is the greatest gift you can give. Each of us must do our part.
Together, we must secure the Jewish future.
And we signed.
I am A.J. Rosemary, and I signed the Jewish Future Pledge.
I am here today to talk to you about an initiative called the Jewish Future Pledge. This pledge is a commitment that Jews around the world are making to ensure the continuity and vitality of the Jewish people. The idea behind the pledge is simple yet powerful. The pledge asks Jews to commit at least 50% of their charitable giving in their estate plans to Jewish causes. And by doing so, they are helping to ensure that Jewish values and traditions continue to thrive for generations to come. Now, some may question the need for such a pledge, arguing that, look, there are many other worthy causes that could benefit from their estate planning. But the pledge is not a zero-sum game. Jews are encouraged to support other causes with their charitable giving, but studies do show that many young Jews are disengaged from Jewish life. This has led to concerns about the future of the Jewish community. Now, by taking the Jewish Future Pledge, individuals are encouraged to make a statement that they care about the future of Jewish life, Jewish culture, by ensuring that Jewish institutions and organizations have the resources that they need to continue to provide education, social services, and cultural programming to future generations. Okay, earlier I had the opportunity to speak with the chair of the Jewish Federations of North America, she's Julie Platt, and North America head of the Jewish Agency for Israel, Daniel Elbaum. But first, I'll be speaking with Mike Leven. who has been called an industry icon and marketing genius. Mr. Leven served at the highest levels of leadership of the Las Vegas Sands Corporation, U.S. Franchise Systems, Holiday Inn Worldwide, and Days Inn of America. In 2019, Mike Leven concluded his illustrious tenure as the chairman and CEO of the Georgia Aquarium. Mike Leven founded the organization, the movement that we call the Jewish Future Pledge. Mike is coming to us from his home in Atlanta, Georgia. And Mike, I want to ask you very simply, why did you start the Jewish Future Pledge?
Well, I think there are two missions, Brad, two. The first is for individuals to protect the money that's being spent in Jewish causes and to Israel from the diaspora, particularly North America, for the next generation, to be able to give it and protect those dollars that are now being spent. It's estimated to be about $6 billion a year, and we want to protect that. If we lose that, we can be in serious trouble. So that's mission number one. Mission number two is that we want those individuals who have assets that will be left to talk to their children and involve their children and their families in what they do, so that the children will then go and continue that in the next generation.
Sir, you also started a sister initiative to the Jewish Future Pledge. It's called the Jewish Youth Pledge. Why do you feel that the Jewish Youth Pledge is likewise important?
Well, let's look at the facts. The facts are that 70% of non-Orthodox Jewish people, young people, are marrying outside of Judaism. Now, even though today they say about 50% or more of those people are bringing their children up Jewish, but it's not quite the same. It's not quite the same as when we had Holocaust survivors. It's not quite the same as when Israel was born and grown. It's now 75 years old. There are issues that the young people are facing in colleges and in terms of anti-Semitism and things like that that didn't exist for my generation, not like it exists today. And I said, you know, why can't we have something that people sign, write a letter to themselves to the future, and sign a pledge to commit to the Jewish people and Israel? We now have over 40 Jewish organizations that are involved in that. We have close to 15,000 young people that have already written a letter to themselves. And so now what the Youth Pledge is going to do is they're going to remember all the experience that they had. We're going to have thousands of these, and these letters are going to be treasured forever.
Mike, I want to thank you so much for joining us. And when we come back, we'll be speaking with Julie Platt. She is the chair of the Jewish Federations of North America. We'll be right back on the J Report.